Hello all, welcome to Let's Learn Optometry. In this video, we will see about the mechanism of accommodation and the normal values of accommodation. What is accommodation? When an emmetropic eye is viewing a distant object, the ciliary muscle is relaxed, the diameter of the ciliary ring is relatively large, and the zonules are in stretched configuration, exerting tension on the lens capsule, which hold the lens in an unaccommodated state, so that the image gets focused on the retina. When a near object is to be focused on the retina, an increase in refractive power of the eye must occur. This increase in power is called accommodation. Mechanism of accommodation. It is based on the von Helmholtz theory. The stimulus that initiates the accommodation is the retinal blur. During accommodation, the ciliary muscle contracts, the diameter of the ciliary ring surrounding the lens decreases, the ciliary ring moves forward and inward, reducing the tension that the zonules exert on the lens. Now, the crystalline lens becomes more convex due to the increased convexity of the anterior lens surface. It increases the power of the lens, which focuses the near object on the retina. Here, the ciliary muscle is in a relaxed position, the zonules are in stretched configuration, and the eye is in unaccommodated state. Here, the ciliary muscle is contracted, the zonules are relaxed, and the eye is in accommodation state. Anatomical changes in accommodation. The radius of curvature of anterior lens surface decreases, that is, the lens becomes more steeper or more curved. The thickness of the lens increases. As the lens thickens axially, the equatorial diameter decreases. The anterior pole of the lens moves towards the cornea. Consequently, the depth of the anterior chamber decreases. All the cardinal points of the eye moves towards the anterior lens surface. The vitreous has a passive role in accommodation, serving only as a support for the lens. During ciliary muscle contraction, the choroid is pulled forward slightly, aiding in the correct orientation of the photoreceptors in relation to the entrance pupil. The contraction of the ciliary body in accommodation by decreasing the circumference of the sclera may lead to an elongation of the axial length of the eye. The ciliary muscle and trabecular meshwork are both attached to the scleral spur, and accommodation can cause a widening of the intertrabecular spaces, facilitating aqueous outflow, and can result in decreased intraocular pressure. When we see a near object, in addition to accommodation, there also happen another two important changes. The pupil constricts. It increases the depth of focus and also eliminates the spherical aberration. And the eyes will converge. So, accommodation, constriction and convergence is together called as the near vision triad. Let's see how our eyes goes back to the unaccommodated state. Here, the ciliary muscle relaxes, the muscle is moved outward and backward, the diameter of the ciliary ring increases, and the tension in the zonules stretches the lens capsule, restoring the lens to an unaccommodated state. The power of the eye in the unaccommodated state is called the static refraction, and the power of the eye in the accommodative state is called the dynamic refraction. Far point, otherwise called as punctum remotum. It is the farthest point at which the images can be focused on the retina when the accommodation is at rest. It varies according to the static refraction. For an emmetrope, the far point is at infinity. For a myope, it is located in front of the eye, and for a hypermetrope, it is located behind the eye. Near point, otherwise called as punctum proximum. It is the closest point at which the images can be focused on the retina when the accommodation is at maximum. Range of accommodation. It is the distance between the far point and the near point. Amplitude of accommodation. It is the difference in refractive power of the eye between the near point and the far point. The amplitude of accommodation gradually declines with age and becomes zero after 60 years of age. The normal amplitude of accommodation for a particular age can be calculated from the Donders table and Duanes-Hofstadter formula. The Donders table. For 10 years of age, the accommodation should be 14 diopters. For 15 years, it is 12 diopters. For 20 years, it is 10 diopters. For 25 years, it is 8.50 diopters. For 30 years, it is 7 diopters. And 35 years, it is 5.50 diopters. And for 40 years, it is 4.50 diopters. and for 45 years it is 3.50 diopters, and for 50 years it is 2.50 diopters, and for 55 years it is 1.75 diopters. Douanes-Hofstadter formula. The maximum, average and the minimum accommodation of a given age can be calculated by the Douanes-Hofstadter formula. In this example, we are calculating the accommodation for a 21-year-old person. We need to substitute the age in the given formula. After calculating, we can see that the maximum accommodation is 16.60 diopters, the average is 12.20 diopters, and the minimum is 9.75 diopters. It shows that a normal accommodation of a 21-year-old should be in the range of 9.75 to 16.60 diopters. In our next video, we will see how to measure and calculate the amplitude of accommodation. Subscribe to Let's Learn Optometry for more optometry and eye care videos.